Hey everybody, this is your review on sections 2.1 to 2.3. Kind of having a mid-chapter test here. Just like last time and in all the future ones, ignore where it says honors and the class period. That's just where I created the test. But all these problems are in your regular Math Excel. So to get started with, we are doing a bunch of absolute values, and it says solve the equation and check your answer. So you act like this absolute value part is a variable, and so you divide by 2. So you get absolute value 2x minus 2 equal 8. And then from there, we say 2x minus 2 equal 8 and 2x minus 2 equal negative 8. Then we do plus 2 to all 4 spots. So we have 2x equal 10, so x is 5. 2x equal negative 6, so x is negative 3. So what I'm going to do now is check those answers through the calculator. Just to give another method. So if I go over to add graph, and then I put my original equation in, 2, then I press the button to the right of the 9, which is this one, and then go over to the absolute value. 2 absolute value, 2x minus 2. So that's my left side, which is my function 1. My function 2 will just be the constant. So I press down and I press 16, enter. And I then have to change my window. Now I can see there's 2 spots. So I was thinking they'd be negative 3 and 5. So let's go menu, analyze graph. So that was number 6. Intersection, which is number 4. And between here and here, you get negative 3 comma 16. So negative 3 is an answer. And do that again on this side. 5 comma 16, so 5 is an answer. So both of these are answers. So I checked via the graph. And what I did was I used analyze graph, intersection, and adjust my window. Okay, the next one, solve the absolute value equation. You've got an absolute value expression equal to a negative number. So that's going to be no solution since it's negative. And again, you can check it through the graph. So let me start over. Add graph, 6x minus 5, which is the V graph, but then negative 3 is lower. It doesn't cross, so there's no solution. So again, just as a quick sketch, y equal negative 3. So it doesn't cross. No intersection, no solution. Okay, on this one we have solve the equation, check for extraneous. So we put this equal to the positive. And also we have x minus 3 equal negative parentheses 6x plus 7. Or if you had wanted to skip that step, you could have said negative 6x minus 7. So now what I'm going to do is add 3. So I get x equal 6x plus 7 and x equal negative 6x minus 4. So for this one I need to subtract 6x because 7 is the only constant term. And so I get negative 5x equals 7. So x is negative 7/5. And then on this one, I'm going to add 6x. 6x plus x is 7x. And then divide by 7. So I get negative 4/7. So negative 7/5 and negative 4/7. Now check for extraneous. I'm just going to say now check. Okay, so let's go back to the graph. Absolute value x minus 3, and I set that equal to 6x plus 7. So 6x plus 7 is linear. It's going to have a y-intercept of 7 and then go up. Okay, so right there, you know it's a line and it's not going to curve around or anything because it's only x to the first power. So there's only one answer. So what we do is look at the intersection, and I get negative 0.571, negative 0.571, etc. for my x value for x on the intersection. Then what you can do is go to your calculate screen, and you can do negative 7 divided by 5, control enter, that's negative 1.4, and do negative 4 divided by 7, control enter, that's your negative 0.571. So this negative 4/7 is now confirmed for the only answer. So that's the only answer. Alright, the next part, you just have a multi-step problem. It's for absolute value 6y minus 3 and then minus 2 equals 6. So first step is we're going to add 2. So we get 4 absolute value 6y minus 3 equal 8. And then divide by 4. 6y minus 3 equal 2. So our first step was add 2. Our second step was divide 4. Now you work this one like you did many others. 6y minus 3 equal 2. 6y minus 3 equal negative 2. Add 3, add 3, add 3, add 3. 6y equal 5, so y is 5/6. 6y equal 1, y is 1/6. Now I'm going to graph that and check the solutions. For absolute value 6, Now in the calculator, I can't use y, I've got to use x. Use x in the calculator to check. So it's 4 absolute value, 6x minus 3 minus 2 equals 6. So there's my left side, and the 6 is my right side. So it does appear to cross twice. This is function 1, this is function 2 with y equals 6. Menu, analyze, intersection between here and here. That's 0.16 repeat. Remember, it was an open hand, so I can click in the inside and then move it, and then drop it. Then menu, analyze, intersect between here and here. Like that. And drop it. Okay, so 1/6 it worked. That last 7 is just a rounded number. And 5/6. Okay, so both solutions work. So 1/6, comma, 5/6. Okay. Now the next one says write an equation using absolute value to represent the given graph. So you've got 10 and negative 10, no points in between. So since it's no points in between, we know it's not the less than and equal to or greater than or equal to. And so let's think about these two choices. If it were C, then we would say x equal 10, x equal negative 10, which is actually what we have. So that's going to be this. And then for this one, if you were to check D, you'd have the absolute value graph, and then you'd have a negative 10. Y equal negative 10. And so that doesn't work. Because again, function 1, function 2. So this would technically be function 2 equal negative 10. It does not cross. But positive 10 would at negative 10 and positive 10. So I encourage you to use your graphs to your advantage and to rule out choices. Alright, on this one, we're going to want to subtract 11 for our first step. So 10n minus 3 equal negative 1. So again, we have a negative, and so there's going to be no solution. Again, check. Add graph. Absolute value 10x minus 3, down arrow, and then negative 1. So it doesn't cross. It doesn't intersect. So it's no solution. Okay. The next one says write an absolute value equation to represent the given solution You and your friends, Jose and Sarah, all live on the same street. You know Jose lives 7 blocks from you. Sarah lives 5 blocks from him, but doesn't know if it's closer or further. And we want to write our equation. And let's see. Let M represent the number of blocks. So M is the variable you're going to use. So this would be absolute value M minus 7 equal 5. So it's basically your total distance from the total distance to Sarah is 5 each way. Okay, so we've seen a few problems like this. Just remember this part goes here, M minus 7, and then if it says Sarah lives 5 blocks from him, then you put 5. On some of the others we saw lives 2 blocks from him, so we put a 2 there. The next one, write an absolute value equation that has the given solution, -5 and 5. And so, again, this is going to be absolute value x equal. Because again, to check B, we've got an absolute value graph, and then -5 is down here. So it doesn't work for a negative. Number 9, we're going to subtract 4. So we have absolute value 3x minus 4 equal 5. And from there we say 3x minus 4 equal 5, 3x minus 4 equal -5. And add 4. So we get 3x equal 9, so x is 3, and 3x equal -1, so x is -1/3. Then just graph it. Absolute value 3x minus 4 plus 4. And then on this one, just change it to 9, positive 9. So it's further up. We double click this, which would be your Y max if you're setting it by hand in the window. And there's 2 solutions. Menu, analyze, intersect between here and here. -0.3 repeat, which is 1/3, and then the other one is 3. Menu, analyze, intersect between here and here. Just move this. You get 3,9. 3,9. So again, the advantage of using the graph is because if you look in the table, you won't see all of them. 3, 9, 9. So the 9's matched in the table. X, function 1, function 2, 3, 9, 9. Which is good, because that means 3, 9 for both ordered pairs. However, 1/3 is not in here. It goes from 0 to 1. So I don't want to spend too much time on it, but you could go to table settings and make independent to ask. And over here, when you put 3, you got both of them. And then when you put -1/3, you got 9 and 9. So in the table you see this, and then change your independent variable to ask, and then you do -1/3, and you got 9 and 9. So I just personally like the graph better, but if you want to use the table and then change these, you can. Your independent variable is your x, because your y answer is based on x. Okay, so what that means is for the answer, you get -1/3 and 3. Okay, now for this one, solve the inequality, graph the solution. We subtract 8 from both sides. So we have 12y minus 4 less than 56 minus 8, 48. So now we're dealing with less than inequalities. You know, there's less than and greater than. So what we do is we put this in the middle, and then copy this one down on the right, and then put a -48 on this side. So then you can split them up if you want, or just add 4 to all 3 spots. So you get -44 less than 12y less than 52. And then divide everything by 12. So -44 divided by 12 reduces to -11/3. You can visualize dividing both the numerator and denominator by 4 to get -11/3. And then 52 divided by 12 reduces to 13/3. So it's a less than, so it's not an or. It is the one with the less thans. -11/3 and 13/3. So to graph that, let's just see what the numbers are. So this is -3.6 repeat. So I'm going to be looking close to -4. And on this one, this is 4.3 repeat. So past +4. So I want to look for something that's between -4 and 4. Now also, what we noticed is this was less than, these were less than, so I can't use anything that had closed-in circles. And it's also not this one or this one. So now you're down to, is it the one between, or is it this one, which is actually the OR graph? It's not the OR graph, it's from here to there, not including the endpoints. So this is the AND graph. So y is greater than -11/3 and y is less than 13/3. So it's over here on this side and then to the right on this side. Okay, on our next one we want to subtract 6. 9y minus 3 less than 36. So then we have negative 36 less than 9y minus 3 less than 36. And add 3 to both sides, to all three. So negative 33 less than 9y less than 39. Then divide by 9. Negative 33 divided by 9 is negative 11 thirds. And 39 divided by 9 is 13 thirds. That's very, very interesting to me. Okay, so on this one, we had this equation and got those numbers. And it did say you can use a fraction or a mixed number. And then on this one, we got the exact same answer, even though it was a different equation. And again, we can use a fraction or a mixed number. So, negative 11 thirds less than y less than 13 thirds. So if you wanted this as a mixed number instead, this would have been or negative 3 2/3, and this would have been or 4 1/3. And same thing here. So either of these answers, because it says fractions or mixed numbers. It looks like it prefers the mixed numbers. Okay. This is positive, by the way. Okay. All right. Kind of unusual that we got the same answer for both, but that's right. Because see, on 2 straight, that's what we get. One of them was A, one of them was C for the graph. Because it's that one. So again, nothing with a solid dot, and this would be the or, this would be the and. Okay, number 12. On this one, we have greater than or equal to negative 10. So remember earlier, when it was not equal to negative 10, it was no solution. But this is different. So here we have absolute value. 2x plus 4, and then I'm going to put negative 10. So again, negative 10 is low, and so you can't really see that. Putting negative 20. And if I raise this up a little bit, you see that? So think to yourself, what was the domain of the original? the domain would be all real numbers, and the domain on this one is all real numbers. So the domain of the absolute value is all real numbers, and the domain of a horizontal line is all real numbers. Therefore, this is also all real numbers. So we have all real numbers and this. So to me, that seems like the best way to work that one. There is one other way I did it before, so I'll show you that. 2.2.10. So the other way I did it on one was I just worked it out, and I said this one was -12, this was +12, and then I met the conditions. So again, we could have said 2x plus 4 greater than or equal to -10, or 2x plus 4 less than or equal to +10. So you subtract 4, 2x greater than or equal to -14. So x is greater than or equal to -7, which is why these -7s show up, by the way. And then -4, 2x less than or equal to 6, x less than or equal to 3, which is why the 3's show up, by the way. So if you're doing x greater than or equal to -7, greater than or equal to means to the right, and then it's less than or equal to 3, which is like this. And so then combine them into this one. So they combine to all real numbers, because it has to meet both conditions. So it has to be to the left of 3, and it has to be the right of -7. So that's going to be a good stopping point for this video.